Hey there, this is James Wilson with BJJ Strength Training Systems and BJJStrengthTraining.com, and today I want to share some tips on the foam roller and why it might be one of the most valuable training tools for you. Now, as we all know, mobility is a huge thing for us on the mats. The better our mobility levels are, the easier it is to get into positions. Some of the more complicated, guards and other positions require good mobility levels. And so you really hate to be limited by your own mobility, but unfortunately a lot of us have found out that it's not as easy as just stretching. And so that's where something like the foam roller comes in. So what I'm gonna do is show you a quick analogy of why the foam roller is so important. Now pretend that this rubber band here, this big rubber band, is your muscles. And when you stretch, the muscles are gonna lengthen. And that would be what we hope happens when we stretch. But what happens is we develop knots and adhesions and points of tension in the muscle, and they're literally like this knot in the rubber band. Now what happens when I try to stretch this rubber band now? One, it's not going to stretch as far, and two, I'm literally making the knot tighter. And so what I want to do is get rid of the knot first. And so by untying the knot, I now get back to where my muscles can lengthen. And so by using the foam roller, especially before you stretch, you're gonna get a lot more out of your stretching, a lot more out of your overall mobility work. So now that I've used that, I'm gonna get rid of that and show you a couple things you can do with the foam roller. Some really good areas to hit for us as BJJ athletes. The calves are an area that we don't think about a lot, but they get tight, and as they get tight, it starts to affect how everything else moves. And a lot of times, when we're playing guard, feet together, a lot of tension and stuff in the calves and the ankles, and so definitely doing some things to address that can help. So again, you have just your plain garden variety foam rolling where you just kind of go back and forth on the muscles. Some other things that you can do with it: you can use movement. So say I find a tight spot down here, I can move my foot around, and that'll kind of help get rid of the tight spot. I can also move my legs side to side. So instead of just up and down, I can go side to side. So if I find a tight spot, I want to spend a little time kind of working on that particular knot in the muscle. So again, calves are good, hamstrings are good. A lot of people have really tight hamstrings, and so being able to foam roll those out, get rid of some of the tension, will really help. A really good area is the glutes or the butt cheeks. If you have IT band problems, a lot of times it's not the IT band, it's a really tight glute pulling on the IT band that's causing the problem. So what I like to do is cross the leg and then point that knee down to the ground. That'll get you over on that glute, that butt cheek there, kind of give it a little stretch as well. And again, just kind of move around on it. It's a pretty big muscle, so you're gonna have to change your angle, move around, see where you can find the tight spots there. For the lower body, kind of finishing off, a couple good areas. Again, the front of the legs, the quads, those are pretty straightforward. Just remember, again, besides just going up and down, you can also go side to side on the foam roller, and then also getting in to the inner thigh. So getting next to the foam roller, getting it and moving in kind of the inside of the knee, the inner thigh up into the groin. That whole area there is another area that kind of gets neglected a lot of times by people that do foam roll. So make sure you're hitting that. And then finally, I want to show you a really, really important area for us, and that's some stuff with the upper back and the lats and the shoulders. A lot of tension going through the shoulders and the elbows with BJJ and grappling. So want to make sure that we're addressing those areas. So lying on your back on the foam roller, giving yourself a big hug. Now when you do this, we're not trying to choke ourselves out. So keep your shoulders down away from your ears, nice and relaxed, and just kind of working. Keeping your head down. A lot of people will get in this position, they'll go into this neck flexion, which isn't good. Let the head hang. Open that up. You want to feel that chest getting pushed opened up. Another great area, again, raise one arm over the top of the head and then get into that lat, like right below the armpit, down in here. A lot of good knots in there probably for you. And then again, getting up into the armpit itself, getting on the back of the shoulder, into the rotator cuff area. And then finally, again, another great area is in the tricep. That long head of the tricep goes through both the shoulder joint and the elbow joint. And so making sure that that it doesn't have a lot of knots and adhesions in it and is moving freely. Again, this is a good one for movement. You get on there, you can either go side to side on it, tack it down, just kind of create some movement. But again, really help if you've got shoulder, neck, elbow joint issues, then foam rolling those areas out will really help with that. So again, if you haven't been foam rolling, definitely something that you should be using. If you have been foam rolling, you know, maybe check out some of those new areas that I've shown you there. A lot of people have not really gotten into this zone here, and that is such a great area for us to work on. So once again, hope you've enjoyed this training tip. This has been James Wilson with BJJ Strength Training Systems. You can check me out on the web at bjjstrengthtraining.com. Remember, I've got a free 30-day BJJ bodyweight workout program. You can sign up there, no strings, just sign up, give you good 30-day bodyweight workout, show you what's possible with just your body weight. Some cool stuff in that program there I think you'll enjoy. But anyways, check me out on the web at bjjstrengthtraining.com, and I'll talk to you in the next training tip.